Hello. Well, it's been a while since I've done a video. In fact, it's been about 9-10 weeks, I think. Something like that. I thought today I would get out and see if I can get some pictures, come back to a spot that I've been to before, which is Seasalter, down on the coast, not that far from where I live, as normal. Let's go and see what we can find. Okay, let's do it. It's a little bit more sheltered down on the beach, so hopefully you can hear me. There's the occasional gust of wind, so I do apologise if you can't hear me or if you pick up all this wind noise, but hopefully not. There's no one around at all, which is not surprising because it's really early. It's just literally sunrise, so about 6:15, and it's very, very windy, as I said, so we'll see if anyone comes out to walk their dogs or whatever. But I thought I'd come along here, try and find a sheltered spot, and then see if I can find any pictures. Tide's out. That's unfortunate. Obviously I knew it was going to be out, but there's nothing you can do about that. Still might get an interesting picture or two, so I'll have a look around, see if I can find anything, and if I do, I'll let you know. As you might be able to see, the sun is just catching those clouds there. You can see the sun has risen just there, and it's just casting a bit of light onto that cloud formation. So I might try and make this my first shot. I'm going to set up and see if I can get something that I like. Okay, hopefully you can still hear me, even if you might not be able to see me. So I've set up just a pretty basic shot out across the mud flats, capturing some of that cloud, some of that light. I'm using f11 ISO 100. And I've actually exposed 2 stops under because I don't want to blow out the sky. So what I'm going to do is take this shot on a 2-second timer, and then I'll adjust so that I'm exposing correctly for the foreground, which is what I'm focused on. I'm focused about 1/3 of the way into the image, and we will see what we get. And what I'm also going to try is I'm going to put image stabilization on because it's windy, and I'm just wondering if that will actually compensate for the slight movement if we get a gust of wind. We'll see. It's an experiment. It's an experiment. So let's see. Histogram looks good, so I'm going to take this shot. And then I'm going to adjust my shutter speed like so, and hopefully that will expose for the foreground. Take that shot, and just to be sure. What I'm actually going to do is go a little bit overexposed by 2/3. Take that shot. Hopefully I can bring those together in Photoshop and see what we can come up with. Still windy, but the sun's well and truly up now, as you can probably tell from my face. One of the other reasons I wanted to come out today was not only just to get out and get some air and actually get out taking some pictures, which is always good, but also I've managed to get an adapter, which means I can use my Sigma 100 to 400, and I don't think I've ever actually taken a picture with that lens, so I thought I'd come out today and see if I can get a shot and see what it's like. So I'm going to set up now, and we'll see if I can get a shot using that lens, and if it's any good, you'll see that as well. Okay, that last shot, by the way, was taken with my favourite lens, which is the 24 to 105. I seem to use that about 80% of the time. Maybe it's just because I'm lazy and don't like switching lenses, I don't know. But anyway, let me swap this lens over and we'll see what we can see. Okay. I'm going to try and get a shot right out and see. There's a boat out there, an old boat, which I think I can work out how to use my adjustment when it's the wrong way around. I should be able to zoom in on, focus. I'm having trouble getting this to focus. Let's see. There we go. That's more like it. So I'm really breaking the rules here because I'm putting the subject right on the middle of the frame, and that's simply because I know that I can crop this image. The horizon line is cutting right through the middle of the frame, but as I say, I know I can crop this image and place that effectively where I want in the frame, because I've got nearly 50 megapixels, 47 megapixels, so hopefully that'll work for me. I'm going to focus on that little boat, and you can see the lens moving about with the wind. So I suspect this is not going to be a particularly clear or sharp shot because it's just too windy. I'm going to put on image stabilization. There we go. It's still moving about a bit, but not as much. So I am going to expose for the foreground, the mud flats, and up to the boat. So that's exposed for that. 2-second time. Let's see what happens. And then I'm going to underexpose just to get some of that. There's not much happening in the sky. 2/3 of a stop, and again I can see that the lens is actually moving about, so I don't think these are going to be sharp with this lens on today at all. Not really. Very soft. But I'll still process that image, put it up and see what happens. Just a little bit too windy today to be using this lens, especially zoomed all the way out to 400mm. So I think I'll switch back to a different lens and we can go from there. Okay. Still windy, but the sun's out. It's a nice morning. They did say it might rain, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Yeah, still quite chilly on that window, so I'm going to keep my hat and my hood up. So I've put the 16 to 35 on, and I'm just going to compose a shot. I'm not sure where yet. Probably out across the flats, looking out into the sea there. Just see if I can get a correctly exposed and focused shot, because this is all about getting back into taking photos after nearly 2 months off, really. So let me set up, see what we can see. Just waiting for the wind to die down, because it is buffeting the camera quite a bit. You can probably hear it, and again I apologise for that, but yeah, it's quite windy out here today. I think I've said that once or twice. So I've just composed out across the mud flats, across the bay or the shoreline, and as I say, waiting for the wind to die down so that I can try and get a sharp image, but it's still blowing quite a bit at the moment. We'll have to see what happens. I'll show you what. It's nothing special in terms of shot. That's the shot that I'm taking, just out across the mud flats. The tide's actually due to be coming back in now, so but I don't think it's in for about 4 hours. But that's the shot, and we will see if I can get this. So I'm going to expose for the foreground, focus about 1/3 of the way in. I'm at f11, ISO 100, on 25th of a second. Nothing special here. Just going to move you across to my other hand. Not really seeing me very well if I do that. I'll have to use this hand. 2-second timer as usual. So I'm going to take this shot, and then I'm going to underexpose. It's weird doing it with your other hand. By 2/3 of a stop again. Take that shot. So that was underexposing so that I don't blow out the highlights in the sky. And hopefully that's another shot. Thinking I might drop the camera down and take a portrait shot and see what that comes out like. So let me set up for that. I've set up, I'll show you in a second. Focus in on something close to me, which is what I'm going to do now. These pebbles. Perfect. And I'm going to drop this down to f8. ISO 100. 1/40th of a second gives me a pretty spot on exposure for the foreground, so I'm going to take that shot. 2-second timer as usual. And then I'm going to deliberately underexpose, if I can find the control. Put my gloves on. For the sky. 2/3 of a stop, underexposed, take that shot. Let's see what that comes out like. Hopefully you can see, you can focus in on that, I'm hoping, and you'll see. So I focused here for the foreground, took that shot, correctly exposed for this foreground, and then I exposed for the sky. Now what I might do is actually move my focus point to there. Like so. And then take another shot. Just to see what that comes out like. And again, if they come out all right, working on them in Photoshop, I'll show you that now. You can tell it's still windy. There's a few people about now. It's a beautiful morning. So it wasn't a particularly long morning's photography. Probably down here for about half an hour or so, maybe a little bit longer. But it got me out, got me taking some pictures again. Hopefully making a video if this comes out all right. It's not too windy. I think I'm going to go home now, get a cup of coffee, and have a look at these pictures, see if they came out all right. So I'll wind this up here and just say thank you for watching. It's been good to get out again. It's been good to make a video. I hope you enjoyed it. Not much in this one, but as lockdown rules relax and I can get out and get further afield, I'll make more interesting, hopefully, and more diverse and longer videos, and more frequently as well. Anyway, thanks for watching again, and please give it a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.